When they asked me to talk about Reverend Robert Ferguson, I said, well, I don't know, I'm kind of, then to top it off, my computer went on, lost my good glasses, so here is what I got. Reverend Ferguson was born February 13, 1932 in Canterbury, Connecticut. He was a professional psychic and spiritualist minister from 1950. He was a founder of the spiritual church, the Gloria Foundation of San Jose, California. After a heart attack in 1977, he closed his church and continued his lectures and TV experiences, plus giving courses on psychic development. This photo was taken on November 16th of Robert Ferguson. He was giving a speech at a spiritual convention in Los Angeles. Vaguely appearing next to Reverend Ferguson is a figure that he later identified as his brother, Walter. Reverend, can you pass that around so they can see? Bob, as I called Reverend Ferguson, said, as he aged, the spirit of Walter became more clearer while his picture began to fade. I took classes with Mr. Ferguson. He had a psychic stream letter, and in this psychic stream letter, he would write about what spiritualism was, and he had a question and answer section. You must know, I have to tell you that Robert Ferguson always called heaven Summerland. So here is one question sent by George from Sri Lanka. If you say every person progresses into the afterlife that I call heaven and you call Summerland, why should we be spiritual while on earth? First, society cannot exist effectively unless it is governed by a moral and ethical code. More importantly, Summerland consists of several planes of existence. Our conduct while in the physical body determines to what plane we gravitate after physical death. And believe me, there are some that you'd rather not see. The wonder of it all is that we are not chained to one plane of existence for eternity. As we repent our mistakes, we are steadily going upward towards God or divine light. One thing I liked about Reverend Ferguson was that he gave training in healing, and I'd like to read a couple of things that I learned about the healing process. Many people err and believe that spiritual healing is a figment from the imagination of the ignorant and unenlightened. But that is all. There never's been a time when there were not verifiable healings of both the mind and body. Spiritual healings have never gone out of favor with those who believe that there is more of this world than what simply meets the eye. It does make Doesn't make any difference as to why you accept it as truth. It's important that you at least accept the possibility that healing can and does occur by power outside of traditional material medicine. Those who receive healings are most often those people who are filled with anger and bitterness. They love people and they love life. They are accepting their illness but unwilling to give it a feeling of finality. They continue to look towards tomorrow. Though it is not a prerequisite, well, so you don't have to believe in healing. Those who believe in God, a supreme being, or whatever they chose to call, appear to be healed more often than those who do not hold such a belief. Those who believe in guardian angels also seem to hold an edge over those who do not. Who and what are spiritual healers? Spiritual healers are those who possess love and compassion for the suffering of all living creatures. They look upon their prayers for the sick as a spiritual mission and an earthly duty willingly undertaken. As a result of that love, they act as a magnetic link to the divine. At the time they are surrounded with healing energy, which can be transmitted to the unwell either by prayer or by the laying of hands. Well, that's all from the psychic stream. Now I know you guys want to know about studying under Robert Ferguson.
Yes.
And I did study as we always had like 6 people. And the 6 that included Bob Ferguson, his wife Betty, and 4 others. And Bob taught us how to do readings, how to do healings, which I enjoy too. And he made sure we meditated. And then little by little, after 6 months, I think, maybe more, one day I'm meditating in the afternoon, and my guides, who I had already got in contact with, told me very clearly, I heard their voice very clearly, don't tell Bob we are going to play a trick on him. And I thought, what? Don't tell Bob we are going to play a trick on him. And I said, oh, okay, I won't say anything. So that night, we went to Bob's, sat there, and then Bob goes, we're going to do a little seance. And the seance, he says, we're going to turn off the lights. You just quietly sit there, make your mind blank. Hold on to the table, put your hands on the table flat. And so here we are, we all close our eyes. Betty had turned off the light. We close our eyes, put our hands on the table. All of a sudden, we could feel the table moving. And he says, what's going on? You know, the table's moving. But none of us opened our eyes and stuff. And pretty soon, we heard a click, or I can't express it. It's like not a backfire, but a click of a sound of a loud clicking thing, a sound. And Bob tells Betty, turn on the light, please. So Betty goes and turns on the light, and Bob is sitting halfway under the table. And we all look at him, and he says, I'm sorry, but the spirits were trying to pull away my slippers. And I was fighting them to keep it on, and he ended up halfway under the table. We were all laughing, but then that's when I told Bob, oh my goodness, my spirits told me this afternoon that they were going to play a trick on you. And sure enough, they did. So, but I was not to tell you. And Bob tells me, that's right, when they tell you not to say anything, you don't say anything. So, after that, I was more relaxed in the class, and we had several sittings, many sittings, in fact. And I know I went under a lot of them. Bob helped me become a medium. And so I'm supposed to be doing something, but I'm not sure what. Bob said I would be doing something, and I'm still waiting, but I'm not sure why. I'm not a great speaker, but at least I try a little bit. Bob Ferguson, him and Betty, I can say, were like my mother and father, spiritual mother and father. And if it weren't for Bob, I don't think I would be alive today. You know, but he helped me through a hard time, and I hope things go better. Now that things are better for me, I know I'm more happy, more stable, and I'm glad to speak about Bob. One thing that Bob always told us, he never believed in reincarnation. And he said that's the reason why his guides had told him, but that reincarnation didn't exist. But he said it was up to you to see if, to talk with your guides and find out whether some people believe it, some people don't. But it's funny, he was a funny man sometimes, and he gave us a sheet of paper, and I'll read from Reverend Joseph Merle, President of the National Association of Spiritual Churches, Lilydale, New York. Reincarnation. What is reincarnation? A cowboy asked his friend. Well, it starts, as old pal tells him, when your life comes to an end. They wash your neck and comb your hair and clean your fingernails. They stick you in a padded box away from life's troubles. Now the box and you go into a hole that's been dug in the ground, and reincarnation starts. My friend, when they plant you beneath that mound, the clods melt down, as does the box, and you are inside, and that's when you're beginning your transformation ride. And in a while the grass will grow upon the rendered mound, until someday upon that spot a lonely flower is found. And then a horse might wander by and graze upon the flower that once was you and now became your vegetated flower. Well, the flowers that the horse does eat along with his feet makes bone and fat and muscle essential to this deed. But there's a part that he can't use, and so it passes through. And there it lies upon the ground, this thing that once was you. And if by chance it happens, I happen to see this on the ground, I'll stop a while and ponder on this object I have found. And I'll think about reincarnation and life and death and such. And I'll go away concluding, heck, you ain't changed that much. So he gave us this little poem. It made us all laugh. And we did discuss reincarnation. Some of us had what you call kind of loony, I call it loony, thoughts about reincarnation. Some of us didn't believe in reincarnation. Some of us thought it was a genetic thing because we are passed from many grandchildren, and some gene must stay in us. So whatever you believe, that's what Bob would tell us. It's up to you. Just remember that the most important thing that needs to be done in this world is to love each other and respect each other. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So is Trump recording? Yeah, I thought I have some advice.
I sent you a text, but